Hello, Jeffrey Gang. I want to give people a little bit of time to come in. I'm going to play the intro for a little bit, and I shall return. All right. So I hope everybody had a good day today. Yes? Cool. Awesome. So I watched NXT today. If you did not watch it, you are missing out. You probably missed out on a really good show. So Chef Rike is here, Jonelle is here, Khalil is here, Aaliyah is here, and Jay Sab is here. Awesome. So the regulars are here. Now, as I said before, if you didn't watch NXT today, you are missing out. It's a very solid show. I'm going to start with what I saw, which I'm sure y'all will correct me if I'm wrong. So when I came in on NXT, they were interviewing Raquel Gonzalez, and basically she had just talked about, how Dakota was a very tough opponent, and she beat her, and she then moved into Kaylee Ray. Now, Frankie also made it very clear that she is not to be missed or to be sidestepped. She's also a threat to Raquel's title. So they're going to continue on with Raquel. And honestly, to be honest with you, I don't really care what they do with Raquel. I see Kaylee Ray getting that title very soon. So whether Raquel retains it against whoever else she goes up against, makes it no never mind to me as long as Kaylee Ray gets the title, because I am biased. I will admit that. And I love Kaylee. I think Kaylee's an amazing character and a great competitor. So that's just how I feel about it. And that's just where I'm going to leave it. Moving on, Ridge Holland had a match with Timothy Thatcher tonight. It was a pretty hard-hitting match, and it was very back and forth. Ultimately, Ridge Holland was able to get the drop on Timothy Thatcher, and despite all of that, the match broke down the end of it, it broke down into chaos when Pete Dunne got involved and Ciampa got involved. And then Danny Burch made his return back to NXT, which is interesting to me because he's an older gentleman. And from my understanding, they don't want any old people in the company anymore. But that's neither here nor there. Anywho, it seems that Burch and Lorcan are back together along with Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland, and they seem to have formed a little mini faction. There's a lot of factions running around in NXT, from Legado del Fantasma to Frankie Monet and Robert Stonebrand to Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan and JC James. And then you have, of course, Hit Row, and now you got Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne's group. So it's a lot of factions, a lot of people running around. And don't forget The Way. And you also saw the Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis have planned their wedding, and they set a date. September 14th of 2021, we will see the nuptials of Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis. Now, whatever works for them. If they're happy, I'm happy. I don't care. It's just funny. No wedding in WWE ever goes right. And so I expect this wedding to be an absolute shit show. And I'm here for it. We also saw, oh yeah, I forgot about Diamond Mine. They don't register to me as a faction. But sure, yeah, we'll call Diamond Mine a faction. Absolutely. Blood in the streets. Whatever works for you. Okay, Khalil said NXT was tonight's NXT was the first show in a while that had me invested for all the storylines next week. Well, personal opinion. I'm not going to shit on it. It is what it is. Kaylee Ray or Frankie is going to take the title. Aaliyah was telling me about Diamond Mine because I forgot all about that. Index is so adorable. BFAB finally got the Asa tap Mind Your Business. Okay. So I'm getting to that. You always are about 7 to 8 steps ahead of me when it comes to me doing my show. So I'm getting to that. Gigi Dolan and JC had a match against Casey and Kaden. Now, this match between these two teams actually worked out very well. And it almost ended up being Gigi and JC's day. But they were bested by the team of Casey and Kaden because they've been a team longer, they have scouted people better, and they know how to work well with each other. Doesn't mean that JC and Gigi don't have potential, because they do. They were amazing in the ring together. They worked well together. They just need a little bit more time to gel. And I think them working with Mandy will work out in their favor. Mandy's not the greatest, but she has improved tremendously, and I'm always able to see when people have broadened their horizons when it comes to their skill, and Mandy has been able to do that. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to play out, but she's going to help shape them into what they need to be or what they could potentially become. So good luck to Mandy and to Gigi and JC. But they lost, and Casey and Kaden made it very clear that they're not playing games, and they want an opportunity at those tag team titles, which to their credit, they've earned more than an opportunity at those titles. They are the only legitimate team in NXT that wasn't just thrown together. They've been a team for quite some time, and since those titles have come into inception, they have been overlooked many times over. So I don't blame their tenacity, nor their anger and frustration, nor do I blame them for being hyped and making sure people see them. So good luck to them, and I hope that they get it. Now, Diamond Mine is pretty much dead since they released one of their members. It doesn't have anything to do with one of their members being gone. Diamond Mine doesn't have a true star in it. Roderick Strong is not a star in my mind. When you think about the stars, Roderick Strong works better when someone else is leading and he is following. Malcolm Bivens would be more of the guy who is the star of Diamond Mine. Roderick is an amazing competitor and a great wrestler, but he doesn't stand out because he doesn't have the charisma to be a great character. And that's the reason why Diamond Mine probably won't push forward. I think Roderick more than likely will beat Kushida for that Cruiserweight Championship. If he doesn't, Diamond Mine definitely isn't moving forward. But I think Roderick will probably get that title, and eventually things will turn on its head. Because I don't see any other way to push Diamond Mine forward. They're not interesting. They weren't really interesting to me when they debuted. And I think the idea of Diamond Mine was interesting to begin with, but the execution of it and the people that are in it were all people that could easily be replaced. And like, if I were them and I was doing it, instead of putting Ridge Holland with Pete Dunne, I would have made Ridge Holland the star of Diamond Mine. Diamond Mine looks like it would fit him better. It would make more sense to have Ridge at the helm of it. You could still have Roderick in there and it would be cool, but it just seems like there's not enough going on with Diamond Mine to keep people's attention and watch them as someone who would be like a plausible threat to anybody's title. They don't give me that, and they're boring. Is a better way to explain it. I didn't know that. EO and Zoe need to break up ASAP. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I just wish they would use them more. If they're gonna make them the tag team champions, then they need to be seen. They haven't been seen since they won the titles. That doesn't make any sense. But I will say they need to break up. I mean, if they lose the title, sure, whatever the case may be. There are only four women's tag team champions now. I mean, tag teams now. Well, they don't need a lot. There's a small women's division. What are they gonna do? Io Shirai and Zoe isn't it for me. Okay, that's fine. Not gonna shit on that opinion either. Like I said, I don't think they need to break up, but that's just my personal opinion. Frankie looked good tonight, and that was Robert wearing. He's worn a suit like that before, so it's not new, but he's worn a suit like that before. Um, really, when it comes to Robert Stone and it comes to like him specifically, he's a funny character. He's the kind that's supposed to, you know, he either is supposed to be there to cause more havoc, or he's supposed to be there to really be the comic relief, and that's what Robert Stone is supposed to do. And for the most part, he's doing his job. I think pairing him with Frankie was very smart. I also think I don't really care for Jessie. I think her name is Jessie. I don't know. The girl that's on her hanger on, I don't really care for her or know much about her. She's very tall and leggy. She gives me very much Stacy Keibler vibes. Just a girl with long legs, but she could actually wrestle and Stacy couldn't, which Stacy admittedly admits that she couldn't wrestle. But the point I'm trying to make is like she just gives me that vibe, and then when she wrestles, it's very middle of the road. So I don't really care for her. And then what else happened? Oh, okay. So we had the situation with I had her name right. It was Jessie. We had a situation with Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe comes out there and he addresses the crowd, and he pretty much makes it clear that he is not resting on his laurels, nor is he being naive about being the first ever three-time NXT champion. He's made it very clear that he's aware a target is on his back, and he most likely is going to take his target and face it head on rather than wait for them to stab him in the back. And that's what he did. He called out any and everybody who wanted to get a piece of the champion, because he said that in the midst of all of this danger and this chaos, there has to be some type of control. So he's going to control the narrative regardless of how dangerous the trek is. So Pete Dunne came out there, which made sense. Pete Dunne calls himself the fattest man alive. So it makes sense that he would come out there in the Badlands. Then you had L.A. Knight, who was booed mercilessly. I love L.A. Knight, though. I think L.A. Knight is charismatic. He's funny, and he reminds me of the olden days of a wrestling character. Very much built, heavily tanned, very charismatic, amazing personality, quick with the whip, very easy on the eyes, and can talk anybody under the table. He is the epitome of what the old school wrestlers were and everything they wanted to be. LA Knight is that and so much more. So I really, really liked LA Knight, and I thought it was interesting that he would come out there. Very, very interesting. But he came out there, and so did Kyle O'Reilly, which I called Kyle O'Reilly was going to be out there 100%. But as Kyle O'Reilly came out there, Ridge Holland came in with his club, attacked Kyle O'Reilly in the ribs, which is a point of contingency for him because he injured his ribs last night. Well, Sunday night at NXT Takeover 36. You could clearly see that he injured him. It was in the midst of that street fight that he injured his ribs. And then after that, they continued to be injured with Adam Cole dropping him on the chairs and kicking him in the ribs and, doing everything he could to try to win that match, but he ultimately lost. Now, this ended up turning into a big brawl where Ciampa came in and attacked Pete Dunne. Then that's how you knew Danny Burch was back because Burch and Lorcan came in there, pulled Ciampa out, and was fighting him. You already saw Ridge Holland attack Kyle O'Reilly. And then LA Knight tried to attack Samoa Joe and ended up getting beat up for his efforts. So it was a lot going on, and there was no answer to anything. It was just a lot of drama. It left Ciampa in the ring along with Samoa Joe holding up his title, and everybody else was on the outside trying to disperse the chaos. Meanwhile, it heads backstage, and you see Kyle O'Reilly's back there again, and Kyle O'Reilly gets hit in the ribs. I believe it was by Duke Hudson, and I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct me. Duke Hudson hit him in the ribs, and he got hit in the ribs by somebody else.
Ridge Holland hit him in the ribs too.
I already mentioned Ridge Holland, but I swore he got hit 3 times. Anyway, let me put the comments up. How are you doing tonight, Tiff? How did you like it? I forgot to ask. I pretty much always enjoy NXT. I really do like NXT and how it's structured. I think that NXT really gives you a clear piece of what WWE could produce and what they could be giving you. And I like the fact that WWE provides an alternative. So I've always been a fan of NXT when I actually started watching it. Some days it's a little slower than others, but for the most part, it's very watchable. But tonight I was very entertained, as I was Monday. I liked Monday Night Raw. I didn't have a problem with anything that I saw on Raw. Like I said yesterday, I thought Raw moved very quickly. It moved, every match flowed. It was simple. There wasn't a lot of convoluted bullshit happening. It just made perfect sense, everything that was happening. So you make sure you put pins in everything. Everything is set up. Everything has the domino effect. And now you're just waiting to start hitting the dominoes. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for NXT. They've moved on from what happened the night before, and new feuds and rivalries and potential rivalries are being set up. Frankie Monet, Kaylee Ray, they've made it very clear they're staking their claim for that NXT Women's Championship. Casey and Kaden made it clear they want those NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Danny Burch and Orny Lundgren made it very clear they never lost their tag team titles and they want those titles back. So you've got that there. You also have Hit Row and Legado del Fantasma, which I'll get to that in a second. You also have Joe, who made it very clear that he's not backing down from anybody, and he'll take on all comers. Then you had LA Knight, you had Pete Dunne, you had Kyle O'Reilly. You had a lot of people who are challenging for this title. And then you got the fun stuff with Index getting ready to have a wedding. Johnny Gargano objecting to it still. And then they still want to have Gargano versus LA Knight next week. They learned how to utilize what's going on and push forward. and have fun with it. And that's what I really enjoy about NXT. Her name is Jessie Kamea. Okay, that's cool. LA Knight could be a major player on the main roster. Probably won't do anything with him because of their lack of care for nurturing the future. I disagree. When you have someone like LA Knight, he will thrive in any position that you put him in. Let's take his rivalry with Cameron Grimes. That could have very well been a bust if it wasn't given to the right person. And Cameron Grimes, although he has a bubbly, effervescent personality, Cameron Grimes would not have been able to carry that feud without LA Knight. If this feud had been done with someone else, it would have fizzled. LA Knight was the key to making that feud work. And that's why LA Knight will work on the main roster because he's a chameleon. He knows how to adapt. He's very Miz-like in that position. Miz can be the campy, quirky little guy with the jokes and the quips. He can also be the bastard who is sneaky and slimy and arrogant and disrespectful. And LA Knight is that and more because he is a better wrestler. So when it comes to LA Knight and people like him, Adam Cole, they are anomalies. They will work in the situation that they are put in as long as they have room to thrive. LA Knight will thrive on the main roster. He's bred for the main roster. His character, how he's presented, everything about him says main roster talent. And if I were Vince, after this year is up, by next year around this time, he would no longer be LA Knight on NXT. He'd be LA Knight on Monday Night Raw. Who do you think is next for MSK? Well, obviously it's Birch and Lorcan who are probably going to get the next championship shot. It's not going to be Imperium, of course, and they're right. They never did lose the titles. They have every right to go after them. Raw was fine compared to his usual dreadful, nonsensical state. That was a long way of just saying that Raw was. The other stuff was unnecessary, but I stand by what I said. Now, somebody brought this to my attention that Carmelo Hayes should cash it in for a tag team opportunity with Odyssey. I wouldn't do that. Carmelo Hayes is definitely somebody who could wield the North American Championship. If I were him, I would go after the North American title, but I would wait. If Roderick Strong goes up against Kushida and gets the title from Kushida, I would take that cruiserweight title off of Roderick Strong. Look at what they did with Robert Roode. What about Robert Roode? Robert Roode and LA Knight are not the same. I'm not saying that Robert Roode was not ready for the main roster, but the type of character he had, he literally was Ric Flair. he literally was Ric Flair. Just he had the robe, the walk, the talk. He literally was Ric Flair. So what were they supposed to do with him? I'm not saying that they booked him right, and I'm not saying that he was done correctly, but he's in a tag team with Dolph Ziggler, and he's a former tag team champion. I don't understand how that's any worse than being fired. No one's saying that Bobby Roode isn't a star. He is one. And I do think they do need to give Bobby Roode an opportunity at bigger and better things. And he's more than a mid-carder. He very well could be a champion. But here's the difference between Bobby Roode and LA Knight. LA Knight exudes charisma and personality. Bobby Roode doesn't give you that all the time. And he's another person, when you put him in a situation, he's not going to always be able to adapt to that. He doesn't fit in every situation. LA Knight can do that. That's kind of the beauty of his character. Bobby is different though. I guess I have a pessimistic outlook on people, on when people come to the main roster. That's true. Never mind. I'm not saying you don't have to um be mad that he didn't get opportunities that he could have gotten. But at the same time, Bobby Roode, and I love Bobby Roode. He was one of my favorite wrestlers in TNA. I remember Beer Money heavily, and they were my favorite tag team. I didn't care heel or face. I love Beer Money. I did. I watched them all the time. So I was hyped when Bobby Roode, goodness, when Bobby Roode got to the main roster. Period. When he was on NXT, I was excited, but I realized too that there wasn't a lot going on with Rude's character, and it was just the glorious thing was cool. It worked for him in NXT, but as I said, that's a niche market. When you're coming to the main roster, you've got to stand out. Finn Balor stands out because Finn Balor has charisma and he exudes something. It's an it factor that he just has. The same thing with Damian Priest. Damian Priest had to be switched to a face in order for him to work. And Damian works better as a face. He's more palatable as a face. It works for him. When you look at guys like Gargano, and the reason why I say someone like Gargano has a slightly better chance of not getting lost is because, of course, Gargano's a worker and everything like that, but he also has great personality too. And he's shown that he's capable of being that annoying, arrogant little heel and having that quirky, funny side to him that not everyone has. He's capable of doing all of these things. And I think Gargano would be okay if he just took the leap to the main roster. And he would have to get used to how things work over there. Who's another one that might get lost in the sauce? Hold on a second. Hold on. So Bobby Roode was United States champion, and he's a two-time Raw Tag Team champion, and he's a one-time SmackDown Tag Team champion. So Bobby Roode may not be as decorated as you think, but he's decorated enough. He got more titles than most people who are no longer with the company. So Bobby Roode has had more than his fair share of titles. He very well could be a good IC champion. I won't take that from him. But and he was 24/7 champion at one point too. But anyway, so he's not in a bad way, Bobby, because like I said, like if guys like Bray Wyatt could get cut, Bobby Roode could have very well been swept up in that cut in those sea of cuts. So he was able to get past that. So obviously they see something in Roode that a lot of people don't see. Um, and he was uh back to what I was talking about. Leah says I feel like Kyle wouldn't get lost, but Bobby Fish would. I don't think Bobby Fish should. No shade. I don't think he should have got fired, but I don't think Bobby Fish would have translated well on the main roster either. He was very much a forgotten member of Undisputed Era, at least to me. I only remembered him because he used to have that handlebar leg mustache, and he was always the tag team. He was never a front man. He was always a tag team. And when Kyle O'Reilly started to push out and Roderick Strong was the North American champion, he was just there. And then Fish always stayed injured. Like there was never a year where Fish was not injured. It was always him being injured. And sometimes it would be multiple times throughout the year. And I'm just like, at this point, like they don't have you around so much, like you don't even need to be there. And I hate to say that, but it's true. No, it's not a bad record, even though I was just giving an example. Kyle O'Reilly, I like him, but he's inept when it comes to aura. Bobby Fish would have definitely been lost in the first shuffle. Bobby Fish had that fish on his trunks, which was funny to me. He was injury prone. So the last match of the night was Legado del Fantasma versus Hit Row. Now, y'all know I give Brianna the blues, but today she looked okay. I kind of wish she would have came out there with some black boots on, but they was white, and I was like, I ain't gonna give this too much. She looked okay. I loved her braids. I thought her braids were really cute. She was cute. The whole group looked nice. Adonis didn't do too much today. He had a simple outfit on. And Swerve finally got some gear that didn't look like he was skipping down the path with Oliver Twist. So I was happy. Okay. I was happy. Um, if I have to mention Kaylee Ray's debut, Kaylee Ray debuted and she debuted against a Brazilian wrestler. She won the match. I mean, it was a contested match. She won the match. After that, that was the end when the interview with Raquel started, I believe. Anywho, it's good for Kaylee Ray. It wasn't like she had a match with somebody of prominence. I would have said it if it was Saray or if she had a match with Ember Moon, if Ember was cleared or whatever, or if she fought Frankie or something, then I would have would did a full blow by blow. But this was just it wasn't a squash match. I can tell you that because the girl got offense and she was able to actually wrestle her. But this is a showcase for Kaylee Ray, so that's why I didn't mention her. But moving on to the actual closeout match of the night was the 6-man tag team with Legato and Hit Row. For the most part, it was very even. Hit Row dominated in the beginning, then the tide changed, and it ended up going back over to um to Legato. They were able to isolate Swerve a lot and pretty much keep him in for the best, better part of the match. Once they were able to just, divide and conquer, they actually lost most of the control of the match and went back to Hit Row. But then the tide started to change. And of course, as they've been doing all night, we started to see a little bit of cheating from both sides. This last time we saw Brianna get involved again, she pushed Phantasma into the pole and he hit his head. And that's when Electro, I don't know her name. I want to call her Electra Lopez, came out there. Lopez came out there and had her arms crossed. Brianna's doing all this yakking and talking, and I just knew sis was about to do something. And she pretty much took like a pipe or some type of bar and hit Brianna in the ribs, and pretty much took the wind out of her. She fell to the ground. She tossed that pipe into the ring with Swerve. The rest tried to take it from him to get rid of it, and this allowed for Phantasma to get the drop on Swerve and use his tights to keep him rolled up. So he was able to get the win on the roll up. And now you see Lopez joining Phantasma as the female, even to even out the female in Brianna. To be real with you, Brianna was not that much of a threat in Hit Row, but now we'll finally get to see what Brianna is capable of going up against Lopez in this bout between Hit Row and Phantasma, which I like. The crowd is finally getting behind Hit Row like they should. They're cheering Hit Row properly. They're booing Phantasma on occasion. Sometimes they cheer Phantasma and his crew. But now we get to see what can really happen, and we'll finally get to see Brianna wrestle in the ring. So I'm happy with the way things ended. I'm not happy that Hit Row took an L, but everybody has to go down at some point. So it is what it is. Let me bring in some of y'all comments. I only remember Fish because he's the one with the that balanced out the UE pose and he did the kick and stuff. Yes, I'm aware of Katie Ray's debut and I got that taken care of. I'm at the point in NXT where it looks like Swerve had oil on his feet, so at the end of last year. Oh wow. But B-Fab got her ass touched by this Electra Lopez. Count your wishes. Okay. Hey, I was listening to Keith Sweat, but I opted for this instead because I got tired of Make You Laugh. I don't like Keith Sweat anyway because he's a whiny little bitch, and I don't like listening to a grown man cry. So I'm not. I will never listen to Keith Sweat. I haven't listened to Keith Sweat in years, and I still don't want to listen to him. Even when he was in LSG, I got mad because I didn't want to listen to him sing because he can't sing, but people think he can and he can't. Anyway, I think it's just because he's tall, and I mean he handsome if that's the kind of handsome you are attracted to, but he's not. He's not a nice looking man. You know, bug eyed fool for me. But anyway, that's how NXT went off. That was that. So they did tell you about some matches that's gonna happen next week. Oh, and we got the breakout tournament winner. So Odyssey Jones went up against Carmelo Hayes. Odyssey Jones lost to Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes now is the winner of the breakout tournament, and he gets to decide who he wants to challenge for their title. He can pick any title he wants to go. I think he should go for the North American Championship or the Cruiserweight title. I would leave the big title to when he finally gets his feet wet and he really gets his character set. Because right now it's kind of like a nice guy syndrome, but you really want to be able to see where Carmelo is. And if you want to be able to see that, then you got to give him time to develop. So I say let him go after the mid card or the cruiserweight title and let him have that for a little while if he wins it. If he loses it, then you can turn Carmelo heel and see what he can do as a heel. We all know Carmelo's more than capable. But I think Odyssey Jones is still going to be the breakout star in this particular pack. Odyssey is fun. He's got a lot of spunk. He's got great personality, and he's big and agile, and he's got a lot of speed for somebody who's 405 pounds. Like he's a very, very athletic, big man, and that is one of Vince McMahon's biggest and wettest dreams. So I don't see Odyssey staying in NXT too long. He probably will be brought up to the main roster like Keith was, but at the same time, I think Odyssey Jones needs just a little bit of time to develop a little bit more as well. And bringing him up, he could be great if they use him properly. So, if Elektra beat that fight, who would you have go over with the win? More than likely, they're going to have Elektra beat her. But because Elektra has wrestled recently on television and B-Fab has never wrestled on NXT television, I would have B-Fab go over on her. And I would make it so that she do some slick shit, seeing as how the bitch hit her in the stomach with a pipe and she ain't never seen her before, ain't never said nothing to her before, never talked to her, didn't have a problem with her. I whoop her ass and still cheat to win the match. At least that's how I would book it. Okay? He high key sounds like a drunk uncle doing karaoke. That's I don't fuck with Keith Sweat. He can't sing. Anybody who whining like that is not singing. It took me so long to get to this point. You've been Miss Kenny. This shit is ignorant. But yes, that is what happened on and she said that's Vince. She said this Vince, y'all. He just overcome with the wetness, honey. But that's what happened on NXT, a very simplistic show, and everybody was all up in arms about everything that was going on, and of course with Hit Row going down, Phantasma winning with that roll up, and them adding this new girl to that group to kind of even the odds. It makes things fun. You know what I'm saying? It's Vince's birthday. Well, I guess he could thank the Lord he got to see another day. Um, so if y'all watch NXT, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I liked NXT. I thought it was fun, but I am thinking about how to set up the last couple of matches. I'm really curious about Friday. Very curious as to. Oh, cool. Don says yes, it wasn't over the top, and it was still good. See, it was a simple show, but it was still a good show. And sometimes simple is always best. It is actually Don's birthday today. Happy birthday, Donnie. But they say it's Vince McMahon's birthday. But this is Don's birthday. It's his birthday. You can't say nothing about nobody else's birthday but Don. Okay? Because he's very much a Virgo. He will have your head if it is not his birthday. uh-huh. Let me see what day it is. No, Vince McMahon's birthday was yesterday, August 24th. Today is Don's birthday because it's 12 o'clock. Vince McMahon's birthday was yesterday. At least that's what it said on Wikipedia. If Raquel loses the title, would you have her go to the main roster? Where else she gonna go? Yes. I would send her to SmackDown, actually. I would not send her to Raw. And the reason why I would put her on SmackDown is because SmackDown needs the depth. They need the bodies. Raw doesn't need the bodies, but they do need more star power. So it's kind of imbalanced on both sides, but I would definitely send her to SmackDown. She's got a mellow character, and I think having her on SmackDown and having her on Raw would be a catch 22 in both ways. So if you put Raquel on Raw, I think she would get lost in the sea of having to go up against Rhea again, having to wrestle Nia Jax probably, and it just to me, I don't think she would really thrive. Put her on SmackDown. There's not a lot going on SmackDown except for Becky, and right now you want to have budding stars over there, and since they regale Raquel so much, and they think that Raquel is like the greatest thing since sliced bread, they need to go ahead and just move her over there and let her go on SmackDown. She can have a couple views on SmackDown. Yes, Johnny, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, child. Okie dokie. Right. I'm sorry, but King Coda should have been champion at least once. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know who that is. So let me hit the Googlers because I don't know who that is, and I'm not gonna talk about somebody that I don't know. Oh, Dakota Kai. Okay, well you got to talk plain to me, honey, because I don't know who that is. I do not know who that is, baby. Dakota going to the main roster, and more than likely they're gonna send her that is playing in the background, and more than likely they're gonna send her to Raw. Let me see. Oh, my phone is hot. Did Insta ban you or something, or they just stopped the live feature for you? I know they banned me. They banned me from going live on Instagram because I called the lady a cauliflower pigeon and a special needs snow roach, and I called her a bitch, and they got mad, and they banned me from from going live. I can still post, I just can't go live. But whatever. That's her nickname. Oh, it sounds like a Mario character to me. When I saw that, the first thing I thought of was King Koopa, one of them turtles that be running around on Mario. So whoever gave her that nickname, y'all was accurate. She'll be on Raw, probably one of either henchmen. Real talk, I don't that's disrespectful to her, to be honest with you. I'm not finna play second fiddle to a bitch who can't wrestle. Absolutely not. But live your best life, whatever. I don't think she'll be a henchman, but we'll see. That's high key disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie. So, anywho, I think that Aaliyah probably will be her henchman, but Aaliyah can wrestle better than her too. However, whatever. That's probably how she gonna be Piper next week is using Aaliyah to help her win. Kind of like the way they ushered in Indy with Candace. hmm They're gonna do Aaliyah most likely as either henchman. She gave herself the nickname when she put it on a T-shirt. It was for a takeover on an airbrush shirt. Okay. First thing I saw was King Koopa, one of them turtles from Mario. Now maybe I'm saying it wrong, but that's the first thing I thought of. Like first thing I thought of was ew. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's funny. Anywho, like I said, NXT was pretty mellow today. Wasn't a lot going on. Wasn't a lot to be yelling and screaming about. There really wasn't nothing to be hyped over. The real tea is what's gonna happen Friday because they can't just leave the world hanging with all this anger and animosity. Oh my goodness. Lady Ronald McDonald is still running around as the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Bianca is just left with sour grapes. Yeah, no. The Dakota Kai reminds me of Finn Balor with her kicks. I disagree, but if you think so, I ain't gonna shit on your opinion, love. But I do disagree. My brother was supposed to bring me a Jamaican patty. I ain't seen it yet. This diet hard. Poor baby. I ain't had a Jamaican patty in a minute. Not Ronald McDonald. I call her Lady Ronald McDonald, and then when I feel like it, I call her Crossfire. And I don't care how nobody feel about it. You can be all in your feelings, bitch. I don't care. She gonna be that till I see different. I think they're quite different. Becky is a cornball. Not a corn. I mean, you're supposed to hate her. She's a heel. So it is what it is. Like, I call her Chucky. I don't acknowledge her unless I have to. But she will forever be Crossfire or Lady Ronald McDonald until I see fit. Period. Till they rectify this bullshit. And that's just where I'm going to leave it. It hurt me. I am not having it. So I will answer any questions you guys have. If that's what y'all want me to do, you can come in if you want to. I will answer y'all questions and we can chill. So let me get 5 minutes. Put the commercial up and I shall return.
Genetics.
Drink, headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink, 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 headshot, drink, sit down, drink, stand up, drink, pass out, drink, wake up, drink, bed it, drink.
Genetics.
Okay. So let me take this NXT thing off. Happy
Yes.
birthday, John.
Thank you. Thank you. Do it like it's my B-Day.
Oh, goodness. I guess you can now.
Yes. Do it like it's my B-Day, baby. I've been
That
waiting.
is a dumbass song.
Apparently, it's going to the Grammys.
Hell no. Alexa Bliss used to call her Chucky back when they feuded. I don't care. I ain't finna disrespect Chucky like that. Mm-mm. You know, I'm not gonna do that. Her name will forever be etched in stone as Quatch Fire Lynch. That's just
Mhm.
what it is. When I
Watch
have to be nice, she'll be Lady Ronald McDonald.
Lady
That
Ronald
way
McDonald.
nobody be yelling, they don't have to be flagging me and shit. I'll be Lady Ronald McDonald. Okay.
That shit remind me of that video of that girl talking about mother. This is not a phase. I am Ronald McDonald.
That is stupid.
She was like, take
Ooh, that
it
hurt.
off now. She said, what a
Who
big
decided to
bitch.
put Lynch as her last name? I don't know. It's just a name.
Somebody white.
I don't really care about her last. I don't really care about her last name, to be honest with you.
Right, I'm not offended. Mhm. I'm like, oh no, this bitch, not Lynch. Becky Lintball. Cause, ooh, I'm just trying to see how. Ooh, now he posted a Nicki Minaj video.
Ooh.
March. Look at that.
Not a Nicki Minaj video.
Things works in mis.
So he
Jesus
just said
works
the
in
world will
mis.
never know. I thought he hate Nicki.
Okay. He must have down just for my birthday. That's
I'm
so
offended.
sweet.
Hell no. I'm offended she back and she gonna rape my not rape. Jesus. My ears with bullshit promos and stuff. Kenny, you
Her
barely watch
promos been
it.
good.
You barely watch it, Kenny. We be having a fight with you just to watch SmackDown, the actual good show.
Okay.
Nika said happy birthday, guy.
Thank you, honey. Miss Jones. I was in here watching. What the fuck was I watching? Trapped in the closet.
Oh, that was tough.
I'm fucking dying.
You was watching what?
Trapped in the closet.
Not trapped in a closet.
That shit is hilarious.
I bought trapped in a closet before R. Kelly got disgraced and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had all of it. I haven't watched
It's
it since,
really
but
good. And people talking,
it's
he talking
so
about
good. And I'm just like,
if you want to know what happened to the rest of the story, go buy my book. Negro, I'm not buying your goddamn book. You should have just finished the song.
right. All them chapters. I'm like, I wanted to see them be on TV because I wanted to see if Chuck had got went and became trans. I wanted to see that.
Right.
But that's what they was alluding to.
It is when she saw Becky backstage.
Y'all ever
Becky.
watch Who Made the Potato Salad? Yeah, the one with Jaleel White
Oh,
in it, and he be asking who made the potato salad, and that lady told him to shut the fuck up and scoop some up on his punk ass plate. He cussed his ass out. Oh, it's your potato salad. That's what Becky should have done when she saw Naomi backstage. What? Oh, that's what Naomi should have done when she saw Becky backstage. I'm
Becky Lynch.
sorry.
Uh-huh. Like, hey, lint ball.
No, that ain't shit. Naomi was actually backstage at SummerSlam. She took a picture with Tamina and Natty.
You smart that picture that's been
Oh
going around. That
God!
picture is old.
I swear that
Let's see SummerSlam on Saturday where it
that picture
happened.
was from a different. It looked like it was from a house show.
That picture is old as hell. Tamina Ben wore that bodysuit.
I'm sure she rewear a lot of stuff.
That wasn't nothing that she re-wore. That was actually Natty's. That was Natty's jumpsuit that Natty wore before. It was for some goddamn pictures. I don't know, but that was an old ass picture because that Jay had
That was
somebody
from a
had
couple
posted on
months
their story
ago.
before. Yeah, see,
Oh, okay.
somebody posted on their
I
story.
don't really.
That's where it was at. Mm. But let's leave. Let's
Ain't got
stop
nothing
talking
to
about
do with me.
SummerSlam. Let's give it a
So
break.
what you
Let's give
gonna
it a
do for
break
your
for today.
birthday?
I'm having a party Saturday, so
What?
we'll be doing a little barbecue. Have a nice, got a cookies and cream cake. Probably won't be able to taste it, but I will eat it. Getting drunk, getting high, play some games.
Kerry said, "Do it like it's his B day." It is his B day. Shit.
Baby, yes. But today, I gotta go to work. I'm gonna get my hair cut though. I know that much. Towel looking crazy.
As you should.
Get that kitchen
We've been
cleaned
laid
up.
up
That
half dead
irritated.
for the last week. Been
Okay.
laid up half dead for the last week.
I'm about to fucking
So,
die. Job getting mad at me talking about you need to come on time. Y'all don't understand how detrimental this being sick shit is for me. I'm like, this
mm,
shit not like a common cold, sniffles and cough. I said, this is taking a little bit more out of me than you think it is. Okay?
and you got tested and everything.
Yeah. I got tested because I've been sick lightly from the week before. So I got tested that Friday because it was like you sneezing and sniffing and stuff. And that was negative. And then I got tested that following Monday, and he said that was negative too. But he wanted me to get tested again. This from the daytime job, the 9 to 5. He wanted me to get
Mm,
tested again before I come to work, but I'm not gonna get tested till like Thursday, cause that's when I have a free day. My mom will be able to take me to get tested.
okay. So I'm
So,
a teacher aide for first and kindergarten, and my after school coworker is mad because I was originally supposed to go aid her pre-K class. Well, she can eat a dick. Shit.
pre-K, that's the real
They put
smart
you where you need it. Do y'all see Rhea and Nikki being a team? Yeah, because I told them in a group chat that was gonna happen.
ones.
It was done too well,
Yeah,
and like Rhea was hyping her up and shit, and I was like,
yeah, they work together too
y'all finna
well.
be a team.
Put
I'm
real
like,
big ass
okay,
in the
the
center.
superhero and the nightmare. So you're twice as likely to get germs. Good luck, kidney. Damn. Oh, and I want to say something too, because there was a lady that was on TikTok that was talking about how for a year and a half she was able to keep her kids from getting sick and getting COVID, and because they made the kids go back to school, they were not allowed to do virtual learning, which to me, I don't understand that.
That's weird.
But none of the teachers in the school was doing virtual learning, so they were not allowed to utilize virtual learning. They forced the kids to go back to school, and all three of her kids ended up catching COVID at school. And her
Oh,
son, her oldest son, was a teenager, and he was very upset. He was crying, and she was like, "I don't know what to do." I'm like, "I tell you what to do. Once they recover from COVID, you pull their asses out of school and put them in an online high school.
right.
What you mean you don't know what to do?"
A school that allowed them to do virtual learning.
They have virtual learning schools. They got a whole bunch of them here in Ohio, and a lot of them was for the kids who had social skills, who had social problems. The autistic kids would go to the virtual
Mhm.
learning, and it was the kids who was getting bullied. And I'm like, all you got to do is just put them in the virtual learning school. You ain't got to put them in regular old public school, or pay for them to go to a private school that will pay for the virtual learning that will allow that to be an option. Cause ain't nobody trying to be catching COVID because some of y'all nasty. That's why people is on these celebrities' asses because they don't want to wash. That's why you motherfuckers catch COVID because you don't wash your ass. Okay,
Mm.
that's real nasty.
Nasty
That's real
bitch.
nasty. That's how you keep COVID. That's how you catch it. Your ass going to all these restaurants, drinking beers and shit, and niggas ain't washed in 2 or 3 days.
Mm.
And you wonder why no, it's because you nasty. You got to wash your ass. That's why they have to stress to people to wash their hands and all kinds of shit. That don't make no damn sense. You grown as hell.
The reason why she got that hump on her back is cause she nasty.
Because she nasty. The principal excuse was because I don't have experience. So he sent the other side over to pre-K and second, and the second grade teacher don't like her. Ooh,
Ooh.
this is a mess. I think the team can work too, Julius. I don't have no problems with it.
Yeah, they
They
look
keep
real
Rhea be
good.
out of being out of. I mean, they keep Rhea out of title contingency and they keep Nikki out of title contingency, and then leave Charlotte's Lair to be tormented and tortured by Alexa Bliss, and she gonna have to step her game up with this one,
Right,
cause
this shit
that
gonna
little
be this
doll,
is gonna be interesting.
it's gotta be legit. It's gotta be. She
Okay,
gonna have to pull some Randy Orton shit. Okay,
for
she gonna
real.
have to pop a shango on her ass. Now that's some shit. I do want to see
Make
that.
that
I
bitch
do
spit
want to see
that
Charlotte
blood
in the
up.
ring. Yeah, she said in the ring with her arms out. She just like, I'm the queen. I beat her ass. All of a sudden, she just choke up the curse. I'm like, oh, bitch,
I'm like, oh,
that's
what the
nasty.
fuck?
You nasty. That's nasty.
Ooh.
That's nasty. My little nephew got an RSV from preschool, and it was rough. Got RSV from preschool, and it was rough. I told you why people not washing their ass. Y'all laughing, but I'm dead ass serious.
Really don't
When
wash
you go
their kids.
outside,
It's hurting.
when you go outside and you come back in the house and you don't like take a shower or you don't take off those clothes that you was outside in, you bring all them germs in the house. Then if you don't wash your hands and you touching everything, and you talking about going 2 and 3 days without washing, all because you don't see no dirt, and you wonder why you get sick.
Like, don't y'all
You
get
get sick because the
ringworms and
germs can
shit?
live on your body. Like you can and yes, ringworm. You can get chicken pox easy that way. And little kids are nasty little grubbers. Like
Right.
they got snot coming out their nose. They rub it off with their hand, wipe it on their clothes, and then you talk about you don't wash. That's why people make just wash your kids.
You
If
can
you don't
get
want to wash your ass, that's fine. But make your babies get in the shower, put them in the tub, and put some soap in there. Don't let them just sit in no dirty ass water. Oh
I think a
God.
couple years ago, my cousin had went to he was in daycare and some kid had fucking was it hands, foot, mouth disease.
Mhm.
to my fucking cousin. And my cousin was sick as hell. I said, oh, that's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little gross. Okay. So I
I
don't
had
watch
my
that.
nephew when my nephew was still a baby. He was at a
Mm.
daycare center. They literally had the ceiling falling in from being wet. It was crumbling into the cribs where my nephew was, and I was like, I know you fucking lying. Y'all got fucking plaster falling on my nephew's head. We almost went in there and tore that damn place up. Shit.
That's nasty.
I live in New York. People are complaining about wearing a mask in school. Either wear a mask or do virtual learning. Honestly, I don't see how y'all mad about virtual learning. I got my college degrees in virtual learning. I did it. It was very hard, but I was able to do it. And see, that's another thing. People always want to talk shit about the people who get their degrees online, but your ass got a rude awakening last year, didn't you? It ain't as easy as you thought it was. It's very hard because you literally are teaching yourself. Okay? Don't be disrespecting me. Well, I had to do what I had to do. They're just smelling funky and crunchy. How you spell crunchy? We got a mandatory mask mandate. You don't want to wear a mask. Stay your ass at home because we have to go to school. That's what Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher do. Don't take their kids' baths unless they see dirt on themselves. That's why I ain't around them. They don't have to do. They got enough money to do whatever they want to do with their kids in their home. But you're a public danger when your ass don't wash and you got little kids and you're not washing them. Your child is literally a walking petri
Thank
dish.
you.
I don't want nothing to do with them. Crazy how they act like they don't see dirt, but bitch, I see the green cloud following your ass. Thank bitch, thank bitch.
Huh.
But for real, I swear I saw Lily in the car next to me last night. I was parked and I saw Lily. She winked at me. Not,
And you need
not
to get the
she
hell up out
winked.
of here because we don't do that demon shit.
Right, right.
I remember it was one summer. My cousin would not wash his ass. We was telling him, I'm like, nigga, like you got a whole patch of dirt on your fucking stomach. Like, go take a shower. He's like, nah, it's cool. I said, no, the fuck it ain't cool. Get your dirty ass in the tub. And my daddy, he was like,
Not
if you don't get
dirty.
your nasty ass in the tub, I'm gonna beat your ass. I ain't never seen a nigga move so fast. I said, look at that. I said, look, the dirt patch ain't even on you no more. I said, that's your skin. That's your true skin. Nasty motherfucker. He's like, yeah, I see. I said, you just disgusting. I said, at least take a whole bath. You ain't get the real shower.
Right.
That kids. My cousin didn't have soap, so he took a shower thinking if he was clean. Child.
And
Okay,
y'all
they
gotta
want to take
use
showers with no
rags.
soap.
Y'all gotta use rags. You cannot take a shower
My mama's
and
still
just
up.
use the soap and rub it all over your body. You can't do that. I be watching the commercials sometimes, and I always wonder why they ain't never had no loofah or no rag or nothing like. They ain't got no washcloth, and it's weird. You like, why aren't you using a washcloth? Because it's soap. You in the shower, it's gonna rinse off. No, do you not understand that you are not clean? You are not clean. You need to use a rag or a loofah or a poof, something physical that will exfoliate the skin. Okay, all that dead skin you got on your body. I bet you if you rub it, it just roll up like dirt and just fall off. That's because you're not clean. You got to wash your ass.
You need a
Okay,
rag for that ass.
okay. Just wash
Ah,
your ass. Okay, and make sure you get in your ass cheeks. Do not neglect the chicks.
Okay. We was not washing your ass. We ain't get. If you don't scratch that booty hole, you was not
Get
washing
in
your
there.
ass.
Get your ass in there.
You got to spread them cheeks and stay with it.
Not spread. Not spread.
You gotta spread them
Do you
motherfucking
think
cheeks.
the group Zia Lee was in is breaking up? Um,
No, I
I
just
don't know
think
what
that
they gonna
Boa
do with
needs more
Boa.
focus. That's all. I
I
think he just need more help.
I would pull them up. I would pull them out of NXT. I don't think they're gonna go any further in NXT, and I think putting Boa and Xia Li and Mei Ling, putting them all on Raw, the character and the whole aspect of it seems
So
like
it
it
get
needs a
more.
broader stage.
Yeah, so it get more production.
I would bring them up to Raw and let them run on Raw for a little bit. They could be a good antagonist for Damian Priest, and you could let that have Boa have it for a little while, and then move from Boa to somebody else, and you could really make the United States Championship a fun title, but still give it some weight, if that makes sense.
I'm trying to figure
I
out
couldn't take a shower for
what's.
a whole year because of my port for chemotherapy. They had to cover my chest and spray me with the hose from the shower. Oh
Oh,
Jesus! But it's that's different.
right.
That's different. I like if you had something in keeping you from getting in the shower, that's different. But you still were capable of washing up. Like I had surgery on my leg to straighten it out, and I couldn't physically get in the shower because I had a full leg cast on from my hip all the way down to the bottom of my feet. So I couldn't get in the shower. But I washed up every single day. I didn't just
Oh,
walk
said
around
and be
smelling like
funky.
ass for 6 months. Like no, like the first couple of months, like my grandma would bring me 2 bowls of water and I would sit and I wash. I didn't give a shit. I was gonna wash my ass. I would tell her like I feel dirty, I feel slimy. She like, okay. She would get up, she would go get the water, she'd bring it in there, we clean it out, she'd give me fresh water, I washed up. You gotta do what you gotta do, but you keep yourself clean. You cannot be walking around here with your whole ass out and it stank. You trying to pick up women and men and you smelling like open asshole. That is disgusting.
Man,
I'm curious as
my
how y'all
sister,
getting numbers when y'all stinking.
my sister
I want
last
to
year,
know that. I'm very curious.
she had caught some on her skin. They didn't even know what it was, but she couldn't use no deodorant or soap or anything because it was sting real bad. So she just had to wait for her skin to clear up. And this just took, I want to say like a few months. It took a few months, but poor child, she's working at Waffle House. And with her not being able to put anything on, not even natural stuff, she was a little musty. And I was like, oh, I used to pop in her room for like 2 seconds. Hey, girl, how you doing? She went, I'm
Oh
doing all right.
God.
I said, all right, gotta go.
Oh
I didn't see you. We didn't
God.
see her for a few months. God bless her. You know, she better than that. That girl
That's
take a shower every day. But
hot
that was a crucial
garbage.
time of her life. I'm late
You
anyways.
feed
What
you
we
take a
talking
shower every
about?
day too, cause
We ain't talking about shit for real. Talking about these musty ass kids.
yeah, that's how people getting sick, cause they not washing. I know that's how they getting sick. Like
What is good at
it don't it's baffling me.
Ministry of Darkness with
I
Alexa,
don't want them to
Karen,
do that.
Charlotte, Zion? That's too me. That's too much going on.
No,
Cause
no,
those
that's part of the
things,
problem. They keep reaching to the past to fix what's wrong. No, that's why you're supposed to move forward.
those are
They could
two.
keep Xia Li and Tien Shah and all of that.
Right.
They could keep that as a faction. Like Carrier needs to be his own character. I like the viciousness he exhibited Monday. That's great. That's what he's supposed to be. He need to be on his own.
Yeah, I want to see
Okay.
is Alexa going back to the
But
creepy shit.
so many people mixed up. So many people I'd be mixed up. I think it's too many standalone characters trying to be smashed into a group. It doesn't work. Some of y'all sound like a group of kids after recess, not a group of kids.
I remember
Fucking
recess. I had
silly.
recess in 8th grade. That was some fun shit.
That's not actually him. It's just Marlon. Do you know why Scarlett is off TV? I heard she wasn't clear. I don't remember if it was mentally or physically though. Scarlett's off TV because she wants to be. And she's not physically hurt. She's not mentally hurt. She said she had something she had to take care of. She requested the time off. They gave it to her.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Like Roman Reigns be sitting up at 1 o'clock in the morning, like, I'm gonna go on YouTube. See what I can do on YouTube. Hey, there's a live in there. Let me go in there and chat with some people right quick.
Let's see what these
Ciao.
folks talking about.
He'd probably be mad as hell because I'll be calling him Nino Brown. There was a girl who smelled like fish from a market on my bus. Oh God! Don't blow my cover like that. I'm the hottest thing ever in the comment section on wrestling videos. Hell no,
Yeah.
Marlon.
Okay. The hottest piece of shit.
Not hottest piece of shit. Okay. He
Mm.
said, "Yeah, you really Roman, sure. Well,
Okay.
you did think you was
Okay. What the
at
hell?
one point."
Mm-mm-mm.
Nope, I'm
No.
gonna blow your cover because you're still a kid to me. Well, anyways, any more questions? I will answer the questions. Hell no, that nigga said, "Can you send me $1,000? I can send you my Cash App or Zelle info."
Okay. Baron Corbin.
Can I have a tea, please?
Mm.
Baron Corbin was on Xavier's Up Up Down Down show, and he was still keeping his character going on that show. Gerard told me he was on there talking about he broke and he need money while he was playing in the tournament. That shit was funny. I was like, hell no, that's stupid.
He dedicated for sure. And it's so
He
funny
was like,
because just
why is
a year
he?
ago, he was on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
talking about he was flexing in his Rolex watches and shit.
Right.
Now you broke as hell.
Yep. With a
He's like,
stain on your shirt that's ever growing.
okay.
Oh, Khalil said, how would you book Survivor Series this year? First of all, Bianca would regain that title back at Extreme Rules, and it would be Bianca
Period.
Belair versus Charlotte Flair, which is a
Or
better
Alexa.
match, and it is different. And Bianca would win. Okay.
Period.
Second of all,
I would book
I
SmackDown
y'all
winning.
probably
Period.
not gonna like it. I would have SmackDown win it pretty much everything.
Yep.
Because SmackDown never wins. They only win one match and then Raw takes everything.
It's
I'm tired of that.
long overdue.
Right.
SmackDown needs to
And
win.
I would do it this way. I would have Brock Lesnar take that title off for Roman at Extreme Rules too. Brock Lesnar would go up against Bobby Lashley and he would beat Bobby Lashley. Now, if they decide to give the title to Goldberg before Survivor Series, then I would leave the title on Roman and let Roman go up against Goldberg and beat Goldberg. Then probably at TLC, Goldberg would drop that title back to Bobby, and Bobby Lashley will regain the title.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else will stay as it is. The Usos will be champion. Having RK Bro go up against the Usos wouldn't be a problem for me. I think it'd be interesting. Um, having I don't see having NXT included complicates a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
but you would get the women's tag titles against the women's tag titles. I think they realized it was too much to have NXT in there, but it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Um,
They need to try to kind of convert war games to like a NXT style of Survivor Series. That would be kind of cool.
mm,
That
yeah,
way be
because you can have
NXT
NXT
versus
UK going
NXT
up against
UK.
NXT.
Right.
Yep, yep,
Then you could do that. You just
yep.
have to even it out.
That's what they could do. Yep. So I I will also. I mean, they could do Survivor Series different. So if they wanted to include NXT, see NXT as a brand overall to me represents NXT UK too. So I guess they can have a tournament to decide who's gonna represent who. And it'll be main roster versus NXT or Raw and SmackDown versus NXT. Instead of making it all three against each other, make the whole brand work together.
Right, because Tony Storm
Do
popped
it
away
like
in
that.
this season. She was still part of NXT UK, wasn't she?
Right. Right. So I mean, if Shinsuke still has the title around that time, I would put Shinsuke up against Damien. But Damien might not have the title around that time because it looked to me like Drew McIntyre's gonna turn on Damien Priest and he gonna have Damien going up against Drew and Drew gonna get the title from Damien.
Child, that's no fun.
Oh goodness. So if that's the case, then it'll probably be Drew McIntyre as United States champion, and then he'll be going up against Shinsuke. But it could be anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
feel
not
like
quite
for
sure.
Damien, they need to start bringing out the people that's been sitting back there. You know, Drew Gulak, Angel Garza. Do something with the
Yeah, I
stuff.
love Drew
Use
Gulak
those
though.
folks. They're not doing. Literally, they're not
I
doing
don't think
enough.
Drew get a lot of yeah, and I don't think Drew get a lot of shine. And Drew's a
He
great
got
wrestler, and he's a very
he
good
should.
character. They don't give him enough credit.
They should have kept going with the story between him and Angel Garza. That was kind of
I
interesting.
agree. It was interesting. I agree. But anyways, so if I had to book the 5-on-5 tournament,
Mm-hmm.
for the men, who's available? Drew McIntyre's available. Thank you. Drew McIntyre's available. Like you said, Humberto Carrillo's back there. Drew Gulak is back there. Sheamus will probably be titleless around that time. Ricochet, Carrion's there. Um,
Yeah, I put Karen on the
Keith
team.
Lee is still there. If I had to pick, it would be Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Ricochet, and Drew McIntyre. That would be my five for Raw. For SmackDown, I would
Mm.
put Biggie.
I put yeah.
Uh,
I put
I put
Cesaro
Biggie
in.
as the captain. Yeah, Cesaro's a good one. I put Dolph.
Oh,
Um, who else is over there? Oh
shit,
shit!
nobody.
Oh my god!
Nobody. Ain't nobody else over there for real. Besides
I put
Shinsuke.
Bobby Roode.
You
I
have
put
you
Bobby
gotta
Roode
put
over
Baron
there, and
Corbin in
then
there.
No,
You gotta
no,
put Baron
no.
Corbin in there.
Ew. Absolutely not. Absolutely
He might
not.
still be broke.
So what? Shit. Let his broke ass watch from the sidelines. I'm not put him on there. And then and then the last slot would go to Finn Balor. Finn was on the team. Okay, so you got Finn, Biggie, Cesaro, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. Now, on the Raw team, you could swap out Drew McIntyre for. Oh my God, I just thought of him and now it's slipping my mind. You could swap out Drew McIntyre for somebody else. Who is that other name? God damn it. Think about the Raw competitors. I forgot Seth Rollins was over there, but Seth's been on the team. And last year he went ape shit when when everybody lost. He was very upset. And I'm like, bitch, you was on the team. I think that was year before last.
Yeah, that was year before last. He started reading everybody.
Yeah. Because he was on the team last year, but he sacrificed himself because he said it was for the greater good.
That shit was hilarious. He was the first one out. He said, "I
Yeah,
got
it
this."
was for the greater good. I
I'm
was
like,
like,
"What the
sir.
hell? Get your ass up."
Anywho, let me see these comments. Apparently, Sasha contracted COVID. I don't know where you got that from, but she didn't announce it, and WWE didn't announce it. So
Let
I'm
it
not
go.
gonna say that.
Let it go.
I saw a video with Corbin out with people. He was wearing a mask. So at least he wear his mask. I didn't like Charlotte and Bianca last match. Doesn't mean they won't have a good match this time.
SmackDown. We need to know
We
about
don't know
Charlotte.
about Sasha. I also have SmackDown win. SmackDown is cleaning
SmackDown.
house this year.
We said that last year, and they lost again. I
Yeah,
don't.
and they
I got
didn't.
tired of saying
They gave
SmackDown's
everything to
over
Raw
with.
again. Right.
I'm
Damien
just
versus
like,
Shinsuke would be cool. I think when it comes to the women's tag titles, you could just have the champs defend. So if the champs are from SD, they could just defend the Raw team. You know what, DJ? That's actually a good idea.
yeah, yeah.
Because that's still a Survivor Series esque match. So that's very good idea.
What I want to
Drew
say
and
is,
Shinsuke would be a good match.
I feel so bad for Lana. That girl is supposed to be in the match. Then Vince decided last second. I think it's funny if you just stand there and do nothing and win the match. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Let's do that. Let's go with that. That's what we gonna do. I'd be like, what?
It's good shit. It's good shit.
I don't care if I was on the verge of being
She
funny, bitch. I'm
wanted.
about to get in there and wrestle.
She could have defied orders and gotten the ring. She had a little bit of offense in the ring, but they made her stand on the steps.
The fucking steps.
Um. Mhm.
Uh,
Do you think NXT will give the tag titles to Kaden and Casey because up in okay, I guess you mean EO. EO and Zoe just don't work, and I feel like they are trying to scramble and hurry up and get this thing over with.
well,
First
you
off,
can't really say that Zoe and Io don't work. You hadn't seen
because
them
we haven't seen
since they
them
won.
wrestle except for when they won. It's not that they don't work; it's they're not supposed to work. They're supposed to be individuals. They came together to knock out a common goal, which was Candace and India. They very well could have used Casey and
It's
Caden
just
for that.
Candace is right.
They could have used Casey and Caden for that, but they chose not to. Do I think that they will beat EO and Zoe for these titles? Sure. What they should do is have them beat them for the titles and then let Zoe and EO have a non-title feud. And then they move on from there. If Io Shirai ends up leaving, then she leaves. If not, then they can move forward from there. But it'll help propel Zoe Joey forward. And Io Shirai's already a former champion, so I forgot Sami Zayn was even there. KO too. I forgot all about Kevin. I cannot forget my Kevin. I'm so sorry, Kevin. That's a mostly big man team. I like it for Raw. Dolph's track record is too spotty for me. Well, Dolph's literally one of the best wrestlers in the company. Like him or not, he just is. And when it comes to the women's team for SmackDown is simple. I mean, you've got Tony Storm, Shotzi Blackheart. Um, if Becky is still champion by then, Becky obviously will be the one, but in my mind, she won't be. So you got Becky on the team. If Sasha's cleared by then, you put Sasha on the team, and then you put Zelina Vega on the team. For Raw, you're gonna have Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Nikki Ash. Those are the people you're gonna compete with, unless you want to put Princess Bubblegum, aka Lumpy Space Princess, on there. If you put Lumpy Space Princess on there, I guarantee y'all gonna lose.
You said what happened? Ooh.
I picked the women's team. No, I said you gotta put if they want to put Lumpy Space Princess on there, they gonna lose. But they should make the team. Nikki Ash, Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler. And let's stack it up again. Let's put Piper on that team instead of putting Bliss on there. Put Piper on there. You got two big girls on there. You got Rhea Ripley on there. You've got Shayna Baszler on there, and then you got Nikki Ash. For the women, you'll have Becky, you'll have Sasha, you'll have Shotzi, Tony, and Zelina Vega.
Ooh. Hey, alcohol, I missed you.
Well, ain't there gonna be a draft? Hell no. So some of them names will be mixed up. We asked about now. They asked now if the shows were as they were, how would I book Survivor Series? I can't go off of if the people are mixed up because I don't know where people are going to be. So I have to answer the question based off of the knowledge that I have. I have to answer the question based off of the knowledge I have, not for what it could be. It's a million scenarios of where people could end up. It's just an idea. We don't know. I don't get why they do drafts a month before Survivor Series.
Me either. That should have making sense to me.
Honestly, I feel like the draft should be done right after SummerSlam. Like that Monday, the draft should happen.
Yeah, I feel like that should be.
Or do it like the first week of September. Yeah. Or if you want to be real, do the draft right after WrestleMania. Because that's the new year anyway. For WWE, that's when the new year starts and all them old feuds are over. Why don't you have a draft in April? And I know why. It's because that draft correlates with the beginning of football and basketball and shit starts around that time for Fox, AJ?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like in October and in September.
October football season already started, but the basketball season starts in October. Football season starts in September.
So it's still around that same time.
Yeah.
How are they going to gain allegiance to a brand they just got on? It's like when you go to a high school and you're a new student, you root for your new high school. You don't keep repping your old high school. You root for the new high school. That's what you're supposed to do.
Crenshaw Heights.
It's kind of the point. It's not Crenshaw.
Crenshaw Heights.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see Johnny Drip Drip on my screen talk about he a moist king and shit.
If he don't
No,
cut his fucking hair, that's what I need. I need you to cut your hair.
you're
You
not
and
gonna
your
cut it.
fucking shag. Cut your
I will
goddamn hair.
put LSP on the women's team. SD, Kevin, Big E, Finn, Shinsuke, and Sammy.
I
Shinsuke's
forgot
gonna
about
be
Kevin.
defending his title. Like Shinsuke's actually gonna be wrestling whoever is the U.S. champion. It wouldn't make sense to put him on the team again to wrestle when he was gonna be representing SmackDown as the IC champion, or he could not be. It depends.
All right.
Raw,
Now,
Dakota, Rhea, Nikki Ash, Aaliyah, Shane. That's a weak ass team. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Dakota,
That is
Red,
a weak team.
that's making sure Raw don't win.
Yeah, I forgot about Naomi, so I would have put
SmackDown,
Naomi on the
Nia,
team.
Sasha, Tony, Naomi, Becky.
I wouldn't put Liv on there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Liv on there. But you gotta go by who's on the brand. Like you can't go by the what if. What if Adam don't have his contract situation worked out by November?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got my patty, my mouth is on fire. Not sure. That's why I picked them so Raw don't win because SD needs to win. That's fucked
Oh.
up. At least that's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
Child.
That is not cool. That's messed up.
2020 was
I
the
wish the winning brand
19 was the
should
one
get a
thing.
reward, more like more members in a Royal Rumble or something. I just want everyone black to win. Period, Kenny.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I
Oh
remember
my god.
everybody black didn't win.
Everybody black. She said, I just want everybody black to win.
Child.
I think it would be dope to have Bianca and Sasha go at it again. That's a better matchup. You got an evil Charlotte Flair out there. You got a baby face but hard fighting Bianca Belair. I don't want to watch Becky and Charlotte fight again.
For
I don't
real.
want to see that.
It's
I'm going to root for
tired.
Charlotte if they do. I'm not playing.
She said, I'm not playing.
I'm going to be like, go Flair, go. Shit. Get that bitch.
Whip that bitch ass. You saw what she
Asuka will
did.
replace Aaliyah, including Natalia. She black to me because body bitch say so. That's not how it goes in my Caucasian house.
Taylor don't say that.
Natalia
Taylor
is
do
a
not call
white.
Natty black.
Natalia is
Body
a
bitch do
white
not
woman.
call. Body bitch do not call Natty black.
Nah, that be Keelan.
Okay.
What's his name? Bank on that.
Yep. He still want to
SmackDown
say
hasn't won in like
shit.
2,000 years.
Child, Google last time
Hell no.
when SmackDown won Survivor Series. That
It's
shit
been a
probably was like
long time.
1990 something.
Yep. Yep.
And that's
I
pathetic.
would have rooted for Charlotte anyways. Natalia not black, DJ King. She not black. They call her the Queen of Hearts, and she be wearing black sometimes. And they started this trend on Twitter and on Instagram more specifically, where they start splicing her into them pictures. Them the pictures are like they sitting on the bus, or they sitting at the lunch counter, and somehow Natalia be in the back. You like what the fuck?
When Natalia standing behind Martin
They
Luther King like he giving a
shit.
speech.
Right.
Just
They
weird
spliced
shit.
her ass in there. Yes, it is.
2005. That's the last time they
2005.
won.
I don't think they won in 2005. I don't. He said he was. I don't know if that's when they won. I saw something that had Natalia with Martin Luther King on Instagram. I was cracking up. And
That's
they keep
crazy.
calling her a Black Queen. And I'm like, that woman is Canadian white.
You know what
She's
I'm
super
confused
white.
about? I'm confused why they had Charlotte speaking during Black History Month. I'm still trying to figure that shit out.
She was
Talking about in
telling
honor of Black History
them
Month. I said, hold
how it
on.
affected her.
I said, honey,
Like,
this ain't about your
you're a white
blonde
woman.
5'10" blue eyes. Move. This has nothing to do
You
with
are
you.
definitely a white woman. Oh, Charlotte. Charlotte. Charlotte, I don't know what you had on yesterday. And usually I be on King Troy's side.
But
But it was not
honey,
cute. It was not giving.
it was giving
It was
70s
not
with Lady
giving.
Gaga.
And it wasn't in a good way. I wish it would have been
That
like,
shit was
if it had the bells at the bottom or just gave you a little coverage on the shoe, I'd be like, okay, you know what? This ain't half bad. I just need something in the middle to kind of break it up. But no,
yeah, if
bitch,
it wasn't
you
for them
went
damn
all the way
ruffles
with
on
the cat
there.
suit. It
I
might
mean,
have
I
been
feel like
cute. You
if the
know,
ruffles
I was
wasn't
just
there, it
like,
could have been decent. But,
I'm okay with the ruffles, but it just wasn't giving nothing. And I was just like, I don't know, but this ain't hitting. He should have put you in a full on disco pantsuit if he was gonna do all that. But
okay.
you need to be flared. I'm telling you, Charlotte has a small frame. She's a small framed woman. She don't have a lot of hips, and she's not as busty as she used to be. So she's
Right.
more proportioned with her body. So she don't have to do the extraness. She already has a lean body and she's
Mm-hmm.
small. So you put her in these outfits that don't accentuate nothing because there's nothing to accentuate. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just explaining how it looks. She just doesn't have the hips to wear the outfit she's wearing. Now, on the other
Right.
hand, Mandy would look nice in a cat suit. Naomi looks nice in a cat suit. They can pull it off. I hate when Sasha wear the cat suit because her shit don't never fit either. It just
That should be kind of saggy.
it be bunched up at the bottom. It be bunched up on the sleeves. The crotch be too low. I be like, who made this?
She be the nice
What
tea bag.
happened? Please stop saying she looked like Jeffree Star. That's real fucked up, by the way. Jeffree Star is just disrespectful.
Okay, she do not like Nevermind. Now I
Don't
will accept
say it.
that she look like Ann Coulter, cause some days she do.
Oh God, that's even worse. That's even worse.
You know you see it. You know
Are
you
you
see it.
subscribed, DJ King? I appreciate you. The
Cause I
strappy shoes
definitely,
cut her off at the ankles. Her shoes were not a problem for me,
yeah, it was
but
just the
I mean
outfit. She didn't need the
the
stripper shoes
outfit
on now.
wasn't giving. No, she didn't. She could have wore her regular old Jimmy Choos. To be honest with you,
Right, for with
the
those,
shoes
that'd
she
have been
always
fine.
wear, I would have been fine with them. Right, I would have been okay with them. But like, her hair was great. Her makeup was flawless, except for I don't know what happened when they put her foundation on. They completely missed the whole side of her nose. I was like, you got a lot of foundation on your face, but none on your nose. What happened? Did you wipe it off before you came out there? Like, that was just a mishap, right? But her
Mm-hmm.
outfit, I was not feeling it. And I'm like, usually King Troy will hit the mark, but this time I was like, mm. I'm like, no, I don't like
I for
it.
herself. Look, I'm just glad she stopped rolling out the ring and wiping her nose.
Well, she's not talking to herself. She usually yelling at everybody else. But and then they do talk in the ring. So it may look like she's talking to herself, but she might be giving cue points to her opponent. They got codes that they have that they use during the match. John Cena does it all the time. When they lock up, they're talking to each other when they lock up because they have to know how they can move in the ring. I see
I
it,
know
Don. I
you
can't
said
unsee it now. Y'all ain't shit.
that.
I'm not gonna call that
I
lady
saw
a
her put
culture.
that damn ponytail in. I was like, wait a minute. Literal?
With that ponytail, she looked like Carmella, and that kind of scared me. I was like, who's this lady?
Shit.
I was like, why is Carmella talking to this dude about wrestling? What is going on? Then I had to look close. I said, oh, that's Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte. I've never seen her with a ponytail. I was like,
She
maybe
never
you should
did
go
one
for a
like
top
that.
knot next time. I've never seen her with a ponytail, so I was like, ooh,
Or a low pony.
you look
Oh,
like
maybe you need to do a
Carmella.
ponytail with some hair hanging out or something. Cause
A
that
low
just.
ponytail would have been cute on Charlotte. With that side swoop with the black girls be wearing,
Mm-hmm.
hit her with a good side swoop, with a good one. Just lay it real good.
When Charlotte
When
had that
Charlotte had that
ponytail,
ponytail, she reminded me of the girl that get into it the get into it girl mean. Mm, I thought the ponytail was lacking, to be honest with
right.
you. But, people
People
say
say
Carmella
Carmella
tan
hair
inappropriately.
inappropriate. No, I think Carmella Tan is just fine. Now we talking about Mandy
It's her tights
and
that's too
Eva
dark.
Marie.
Her tights are too dark. Yes, they tan
Mm.
inappropriately. They do.
Eva Marie
Eva
and
Marie
Mandy,
looked like
they
she was
tan a little
hella
bit too
mixed.
dark for me.
I told him that she was real
Child.
gold. She was real brown. She was
One
real
fucking
brown. He
show
said no.
Mandy ass is fucking
She
my
just
skin color. I
tan.
said, wait a minute. I'm like, now
I
Amanda.
was like, you real brown, baby.
I know
Mhm.
goddamn well you ain't that goddamn brown.
I think if her ponytail was higher and it was more, it had more of a height to it, and they put some pieces in
Mm-hmm.
it would look okay. But because it sat kind of low, it didn't give what it was supposed to give. I used to think Carmella was half black. Where?
Child,
Where she half black at?
was it after she got her
Whoever
filters?
kept getting them pictures of her need that cameras ran over. Hell no.
Child.
When I was younger, I used to think most of the white wrestlers were black. Why? Because they wore tanner. I think they told them to wear tanner because back then in the 90s and the 2000s, that was a look, especially in the 2000s. Being tan was everything.
Okay.
You see, being black, you had to try to be black without being black. Okay, they like the melanin, they just don't like you. That's a whole other
Okay.
conversation for a whole other day, though. Okay, I'm just saying.
Child. Okay.
You laugh at me, but I'm naturally golden brown, honey. Okay, this natural.
I ain't gotta go
Okay,
bad in the fucking can. Well, some people do. You know,
absolutely
Sasha.
not.
Sasha got to buy hers in the can.
Sasha could just go outside for a little bit, make sure she put some sunscreen on. She could golden brown too. Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But she
But
can't
she
help
don't.
that she big. She can't help
She be
that.
like all that shit. I learned that lady was pale as hell. I said, "Damn, you mixed
Jerry
for real,
Lawler
huh?"
said if Paige and Sheamus had kids, they would be transparent. Well,
Jerry Lawler said a lot of
he
shit.
ain't lying. Paige look like a ghost. Paige do look like a ghost. And y'all see that damn light they put on Sheamus? He damn near disappear when that light get on Sheamus. You
That
don't see
bright
his
ass
ass until
light.
they bring them damn lights up.
That shit used to kill. I said, "Woo." Oh wait, when they did that Extreme
And when
Rules
I found out
poster.
that Roman wasn't black, I was shocked to the core. I don't know why you
I
was shocked, but
mean,
I knew Roman won black. Don't repeat what that dude says, please. With Total Divas and WWE being connected, do you think they will be able to film anything about Brian and AEW? Total Divas, Total
no.
Bellas is over with. Ain't Total Bellas canceled?
Yeah, they canceled it.
It's been canceled. They ain't filming nothing.
I mean, if they were, it wouldn't. it wouldn't. It wouldn't do that.
First of all, they control what's filmed. So if Daniel Bryan says that more than likely, he probably wouldn't be on the show in that capacity. You wouldn't be able to see him training for all of that stuff. They wouldn't be able to mention it. No, because I'm not going to give free promotion to another fucking promotion. You don't do that. So they would, out of respect for WWE, it just wouldn't happen. They're not filming Total Bellas though. That's been canceled along with Total Divas. It's all been canceled. Lawler still wears 2000s gaudy bedazzled shirts. He can shut up.
Okay.
Kenny be reading his ass.
Shut all the way the fuck up.
Paige gets tan now. Looks like a completely different person.
She do.
Okay. Good for her.
That's one person I am
Roman is
glad they
half
got rid
Italian
of.
and Samoan. I didn't need to know that. But
But thank
okay.
you.
No shade, but I just didn't need to know that. I mean, I knew that Roman was Samoan, and that's the part of his lineage that he was raised in. That's what he grew up in. That's what he acknowledges. So I go by what he tells me. So if
He's
he
from the
say I'm
islands, and that's
Samoan, okay,
black enough for me.
okay. They stole your shit too? Yes. Okay, we in this together then. I
Okay.
got plucked from my homeland. They took yours. Okay. I blocked Paige on Twitch because she's a cornball too. Not a cornball.
I ain't been on Twitch in
Total
forever.
Bellas didn't get canceled officially. I bet money it did.
Okay, all you gotta do is Google it. Usually
Bella
they,
Twin said they want to do a couple more seasons.
okay, you can say you
They
want to do
can
a
say
couple
they
more
want to do a lot of
seasons,
things, but the
but
network got to be the ones who want to do it.
right,
The network got to be the one that want to do it. It's not really up to them. It's only up to
they
them if the
gotta get the
network
say
still
so.
wants to do it. Right. But
Now, if it was
from
clear
my
to go
understanding, they
ahead
canceled.
and they want to do it, then that's a different story.
Right.
Mm,
From my understanding, they canceled both shows. They canceled Total Divas and Total Bellas.
yeah, where's come from?
They want to be like the Ant family with this show. Ignorant. But the network didn't officially ratify it yet. Okay. Keep hope alive. The show ain't been canceled. It's on the bubble. That better? It seems like you have a problem with me saying it was canceled. It's fine.
I'm a
I don't
spoon.
watch the show. I don't care about the show, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm just going off of what I saw, which was it wasn't like it was a rumor. This was on
Whew.
the website Deadline, and Deadline talks about all television shows, including reality TV, and they cited that the Total Bellas, and Total Divas was canceled. That's what they said.
You've been cut.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Ooh,
Naomi and
Jesus.
Jimmy need their own show. Hell, so do Bianca and Montez. Total Divas
Yeah.
got delayed due to COVID because of production not being able to gather everyone, and they plan their trip. So
Yes, we're aware. It still got canceled.
I mean, okay. If I misspoke, That's fine. But that's I remember them saying it was canceled. But if it's not canceled, it's not canceled.
Yeah.
So enjoy your Total Divas and your Total Bellas. Me personally, I don't watch either of them, nor do I care if they exist or not. I'm going by what I saw in a reputable website that wasn't no dirt sheet for wrestling. This is where they report all the new and old shows and they tell you all about the cancellations. And those two shows were in those cancellations. But if I'm wrong, I apologize. I want to be rich like Marie, child. It's a lot of work to go into being Marie's honey.
For
She
real.
make it look real easy.
Too
She make it
motherfucking
look
easy.
real easy, honey. I'm here. I just didn't want to continue the total divas discussion. That's fine. I don't even like the recent seasons anyway of both shows. So what? How do I say goodbye to what we had? I can't, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it anymore. There's nothing else to talk about. Maurice is very pretty.
Pretty ain't
That
the
she
word.
is, my dear.
That bitch slays.
Put
That
the
bitch shut
oxtails
shit
on me
down.
plate. I'm mad at Don because his ass had some oxtails earlier this
Girl, your
month, and
oxtail still ain't came
that
in.
Negro was eating. Fuck you. No,
I only had one
these
goddamn
hood niggas
bowl
keep
now.
buying up everything. That's all right. I'm gonna get the beef shanks from BJ's and make it
I only had
because I
one
can't use
bowl.
the oxtails and the
That's
beef
it.
shanks bigger anyway.
I was mad as fuck.
The beef shanks like $25. You only get four in there. I can't share with nobody if I make it though. Collard greens. Ooh, baby. I like turnips over collards. When my dad makes them, I have to make him make them for me. And I just sit and eat a bowl of his greens and won't eat nothing else.
I tell them, mix that shit up. Mix it up.
Very
Give me
comforting.
the mixed green. Give me the collard, the turnip, the mustard. Give me
Also, when she
all
was
of
pregnant, it had all them black truffles. Biz was looking like you lucky I love you. What black truffles? Like the real black truffles? The mushrooms? What?
Yeah, she had got some. She had got some at a restaurant. It was on the show. She had bought. She just kept getting. She's like, "Can I get another order, please?" She's like, "Can I get another order, please? Just one more, thank you." She's like, "Can I get
And
another
she,
order, please?" And he was just like, "Her like,
oh
damn,
wow.
bitch,
And
for
it had
real."
black truffle on it?
Mm-hmm.
That's very expensive. It is extremely
She was.
expensive.
She was just smashing.
I know that dish by itself had to cost like $50, at least $50 to $100. Black truffle and white truffle, anything is hella pricey at any restaurant. And you know, Maurice don't do nothing cheap.
Okay.
I was like that with my pop. He made the best greens. My dad makes the best greens. I don't eat everybody's greens. His greens are the only ones I will eat. And my grandma, she done got a little old, so she messed up one time and put kale in them. I was like, that's it. That's it. You can't cook the greens no more. Nope.
She
She
would
was like,
fight
I
her
only put
grandma
kale in them
around.
one time, and that's one time too many. It's one time too many. You don't put kale in greens. You don't do that. You don't do.
She said, "Grandma,
Like
put
the
your
ones
hand
that
up."
the truffle pigs go searching for. Yeah. Miss food was
Miss
thirty
Food was
dollars and
$30.
hers was like
Like
400.
Yeah, she was
Because I
smashed.
know for a fact of them however many times she ordered that plate had to be at least $50 by
And
itself
that's when
because black truffles are hard to come by.
he said that's what she, ate heavy when they was pregnant, when she was pregnant the first time. And then the second time she's like, can I get another one? She's like, oh my God, it's so good. Another one. You're just like, what is going on?
I only eat cornbread if there is gravy. I can dip it in gravy. What the fuck?
Kenny, that's
Bitch,
why you need to
I know
slow
you ain't
your
say
ass
you
down.
dipping.
Not you
Gravy,
dipping your
Kenny.
cornbread and gravy. Girl.
Kenny, gravy is cornbread. Kenny, I can't believe you. I can't.
That's where
You put
where
it
you at
in
now.
gravy.
Like what?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, Kenny.
That's not how you do that, honey.
My phone is burning up. I'm gonna get off here in like 5 minutes. If I eat a chicken sandwich from Popeyes or Chick-fil-A, I'll be fine. I do not like Chick-fil-A. I do not like sweet batter on my chicken, and that batter is sweet, and I was not happy. I haven't eaten Chick-fil-A since. Only time I go there is to get that mac and cheese, and I'll get the grilled chicken, but I don't eat their chicken sandwiches, not the fried ones.
Let me tell you about Popeye's chicken sandwich, alright? Make sure y'all don't get that shit in the hood if you want it spicy. Because the
Period.
motherfuckers in the hood don't know when to stop putting the spicy mayo on there. And they gonna burn your fucking
Put
booty
so much
hole.
on there you can't even taste the
Like, what the
chicken.
fuck? Oh my God, damn. You didn't cake the
I didn't
goddamn
want a
bitch. More
spicy
mayo
mayo
than
sandwich.
chicken on the bitch. Shit.
Fucking
I'm
thing
about to
wet.
fucking die.
It's wet
Then you
chicken.
feel that shit in the middle of the night because your stomach bubbling up and shit.
You
You
ain't
want to
lying.
roll over to the other side. Nah, bitch. You got to get your ass up, go to the bathroom. Get you a cup of water and a rag with some ice. Because you're going to need all of it.
And the waiter was shaving them on the plate, so she would tell them to stop so she would get a lot of on each plate.
Yeah.
Also, they were shaving the truffles on top of the food. Okay,
And she was still getting
now,
more
yeah,
plates.
that's black. It's a mess. Hold on. The cornbread doesn't just disintegrate. If it's good cornbread, it won't.
It depends on your
I don't
cornbread.
know what kind of
Some
I don't
people
know what
make
kind of
fine
cornbread you getting,
cornbread.
but it should soak up the gravy, not crumble in the gravy. It should still hold its shape.
I just wouldn't put corn. I smash my cornbread up anyway. So when I make it, my cornbread is bound to be
What you
soft as
put,
hell.
but you don't put it in fucking.
I don't put my cornbread in
Kenny, you need to
gravy
go to
though.
bed. No, cause that's nasty.
I don't put my
That is
cornbread
not
in
delicious. That
gravy.
is nasty. Kenny, do
Do
you
you
think
think the
the
future
future
of
of
NXT
NXT is
is
dull?
dull? No.
I don't understand what you mean by that question.
I can't really
Oh
Well,
shit,
tell.
I just killed it.
NXT is not a brand where they have to do a lot to be popular. They literally can do the bare minimum and be just fine.
As you
The
can tell,
reality
we just did it
is
today.
order in order for NXT to be successful, they have to start building new stars. And now you might look at it and say there ain't no stars here, but just like Adam Cole came in ready, Adam Cole was ready. Kyle O'Reilly was built. Kyle O'Reilly is built. Karrion Cross was built. Okay, Samoa Joe came in ready, but he was built too. Everybody has to
Mm.
have their time. So you have to let them have their time. I would never say the future is dull because you don't know what the future holds. So we just have to wait and see. I dip
Ghost
it
to
in the
Gemini.
gravy and eat it. Kenny, that's fucking gross. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That is nasty. I hope you're not dipping sweet cornbread in no fucking beef. I'm finna throw up. I know you're not dipping like jiffy cornbread in no gravy. Cause I swear I'm
Like,
gonna throw up.
That sounds like high cholesterol.
She said it ain't that bad. It's just like putting cheese in its pepperoni hot pocket. What?
Oh, what? Kenny, girl.
No, she said, oh hell no, I don't use a jiffy. Okay, so it's savory cornbread in the gravy. That's still nasty. I don't give a damn what you say. Like, why don't you just eat it with the pot liquor of your greens? Like, why don't you just put the gravy, put not the gravy, Jesus be offended. No. Why don't you just use the bread with your greens and just let it soak up the green juice that's in there? Like, I don't understand. Y'all don't put cheeses in hot pockets.
Honey, I
Are
don't
you
eat hot
talking about the fucking snack, Kenny?
pockets.
Your ass don't eat donuts. You don't like barbecue ribs. But you
You don't
telling
like
me that
pancakes.
fucking gravy ain't goddamn. I'm finna spaz. I, I don't know what to do with you because you sit up here, you you put gravy on your cornbread, but you got the audacity to look down at me because I like ribs. You
Somebody,
are
y'all don't put
such a
cheeses
weird
in your hot
individual.
pocket.
Why would you do that? I'm so confused. She said y'all don't have weird food combos. Not like
Yeah, but
that.
not that many.
Like,
As
nah,
many
no
as it is.
disrespect, but I'm gonna need you to edge stage left for me, Kitty. No, don't kick my sis out.
The only
Last
thing
week's
I do
ratings was
is
for 654,000. Their first episode on USA had 1.1 million on their debut. They even had more viewership when they were on the WWE network.
you reach more
Okay,
people on WWE
so
now.
let me explain something to you. Due to the fact that NXT has yet to rebrand themselves, the viewership is down not because the future of NXT is about to be dull. The viewership is down because they keep relying on people like Johnny Gargano and Undisputed Era to keep pushing them forward. That is why they've lost their viewership, not because the future of NXT is dull. There's a difference. If they were showing something new that was worth watching, people would watch, but they know that Gargano's going to pop up somewhere. They know that Champ was going to be involved. They know that Adam Cole was going to be involved. They knew Undisputed Era was going to be involved. Tell me how many people have been in NXT War Games besides Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era's been in every single one of them. There's only been four, I believe, and they've been
Yep.
in all four as the opposing team in the NXT War Games. So don't blame it on the future. Blame it on the booking and the current presentation of NXT. Now, they have said that they're in a rebranding of NXT. They're going to change the look of it. They're going to change the feel of it. And they're going to start pushing new stars, which they've already started doing. And per your own research, you should have looked at the few weeks before when viewership was down past 500. They boosted their views up to 654, which is where they usually hover between the 600s and the 700,000 in viewership. You would debut at 1.1 million too if you were on the USA Network and you had a big match advertised for your first show, which is what they did. So first, when you do all this research and you start talking about being dull, first you have to have all the facts and make sure you include them all. Don't just analyze it by the ratings because you're not looking at everything. You have to look at who was in charge at the time, who was champion at the time, and where they were trying to take the business. This and Bruce Pritchard, they gutted NXT of some of the stragglers. There's still some more cuts that are going to come down, and they're going to continue to push forward with the new regime of NXT. So no, the future isn't dull. We have to wait and see what they do.
The Future is never gonna let NXT. Obviously.
I mean, fuck y'all. My taste buds know what's up. Bitch, you eating gravy and bread.
Girl, you don't even like donuts
You
or
are eating
pancakes.
gravy and cornbread.
Oh, fuck out of y'all.
Stop it.
I feel like I've only
I feel
had
like I've
like
only ever had sweet cornbread, so I have no idea what savory cornbread is. Instead of putting a whole cup of sugar in there, you put a quarter cup, just enough to balance the salt, so that it don't just taste like salt. That's all. So savory cornbread is the bee's knees, Kenny. There are literally so many things you don't eat. I enjoy. That's why I'm saying it's dull because they don't have anyone right now, really, because they always rely on the same people. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
that's not
So
true
I'm
though.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna move on. Like I said, NXT's ratings have been down past 500 for quite some time. You just quoted the ratings at 654,000, which probably by tomorrow that number will go back up to around the 700. Why is that? Well, Karrion Kross is no longer champion, number one. Number two, you're seeing people like Samoa Joe back on the show, which Joe's not going to keep the title long. Somebody else is going to get that title off of him. You're also getting the new breakout tournament with Carmelo and Odyssey. You setting up new feuds with Kyle O'Reilly and Duke Hudson. You've got Hit Row and Legado Fantasma adding to their feud. That's expanding. You're building new stars in AJ Francis, Adonis, and Bianca. You're also building a star in Elektra Lopez. You've got Raquel heading up the women's division, which pretty soon she won't be at the top of that either. The new stars coming in are going to take her out. You got Mandy back there. You've got Kaylee Ray there. You can't just expect them to just switch tunes overnight. Changing the regime takes time.
Mm-hmm.
So once the time is set and once everything is set, you can clearly see now that the new moves that they've put into motion has worked because the ratings went up. That's it.
This is where you begin to make new stars.
You like an avocado. Avocados are disgusting. Coleslaw was made by the devil. Only built up LA Knight, Cameron Grimes, Isaiah, Legado Fantasma. Okay. So Kyle O'Reilly isn't a star. Awesome. Carmelo Hayes isn't a brand new star. Okay, Zoe Starks isn't a star. Indy Hartwell isn't a star. Dexter Loomis isn't a star. Um, who else is in NXT? Pete Dunne has always been a star, but he's a newly crowned heel. MSK, they aren't stars. Awesome. Grizzly Young Veterans removed from NXT UK, they aren't stars. Okay. There are many stars on
Ridge
the
Holland is
NXT
being
brand. They
built.
haven't had the opportunity to push forward, but you're skipping over a lot of people because you're only thinking about people that you can remember.
Everybody that showcases
Hold on a
is
second.
basically being built up to be somebody new.
Nope, it's the texture that weirds me out. Craziness. I don't know about those pics. Y'all ever just get a piece of deli ham and put a little mustard on it? That I can agree with, Kenny. That's a quick snack.
Uh-uh.
That's late night when you don't feel like making no sandwich. You just get you a piece of ham, put your little mustard on it, go back upstairs, and you satisfied.
Now I do that with pastrami.
Julius, how you gonna say? Well, that's good. How you gonna say they only built them up? Have built them up? They have been building way more. Gigi, Io, Zaya, Dakota, Raquel, Timothy, Dexter, Austin. He is correct. Austin's been moved. So nope,
Yeah,
I don't like mustard. Only because of Takeover. Half the people I mentioned wasn't even on
that's not
Takeover.
only because of
So
Takeover.
pickle
You
pie.
not watching for real there. You watching like you watching
Ratings
the main roster, and that's your issue.
ratings always go up after pay per view though. So
Clearly, this is a dead
Then why are we
horse.
having this conversation? Why are we having this conversation then? Because you mentioned the ratings, so it's okay to compare the ratings of yesterday, which was when NXT was, to the ratings of their first day of being on television. That's an okay comparison. But me comparing an uptick in their ratings to the last couple of weeks, that don't count because they can get an uptick due to the pay-per-view. Meanwhile, they got an uptick because it was their first day on the USA Network, and that's comparable to their what 30,000th day on the USA Network after a pay per view. That's comparable. That works. That's not flawed in any way. Okay, dipping French fries in vinegar, yes, please. I'll do that. Malt vinegar is good on French fries. Dakota was from the old era. Dakota all did not get to be built up because
Oh,
she was injured. She counts as a new star. She counts as a new star.
if you don't like NXT, just say
Are
that.
they really? Because I barely see Zaya. Zaya's been
Zaya
moved
is
to the main
injured.
roster. People use the
She
term
just got
stars too
injured.
frequently.
They are superstars. What are you talking about?
That's fine. I like my bacon real crispy. Zaya is getting called up, so what you mean? Okay, they couldn't maintain the ratings. No, you're splitting
It's
hairs
not that they
because
couldn't
you're going
maintain
from
it.
they debuted at 1.1 million and now they're at 654,000, which I acknowledge that happens. There's a drop in ratings. That happens with a lot of TV shows that debut at 1 million views or start out their first couple of weeks at 1 million views. Empire was extremely popular, but it dropped in views over time. That happens. That does not mean that the superstars of the show are dull. That means that people are not enjoying the product and they have to start making changes, which is what they started to do. You said, is the future of NXT dull? And I said, no. Then you brought up the ratings and you compared the ratings to their first night to now, which is after a pay-per-view, and you then discredited what I said by saying, well, that was an uptick in their ratings because it was after a pay-per-view. That always happens. Okay, so why did you put it in there to compare to your day? Their first day is always going to be high. Same thing happened with AEW and the rest of the shows that debut on their first day. You heavily advertise something, it's going to have a high debut rating.
And we are on like the third wave of new people that's didn't been in NXT since it's been on USA.
They are not stars. Okay. I used to put chocolate sauce on marshmallows and but it's astronomical, especially during the pandemic. Let me tell you something. You would
You
get
mean
tired
during
of
the
watching
pandemic when it was
the
cut off?
same shit over and over again. You get tired of watching the same shit over and over again too. We watched wrestling for a whole year. Niggas was tired of that shit
And for the most part, they were showing
too.
old reruns of pay-per-views on every show. What
And
are you
also with
talking about?
COVID, all ratings went down too, so that is a factor. In my opinion,
Exactly.
I think it is, but I respect your. No, you don't because you keep trying to
Do you?
discredit what I'm saying. So it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It you put it in all caps all you want to. The reality is, I didn't discredit what you said. I disagreed. And then you went to further discredit what I said by saying the ratings always get an uptick after the pay per view. However, that no longer is valid for your point either, seeing as how you compared the first night to a night after the pay per view. So we had an impasse. I answered your question based off of my own personal opinion and based off of the knowledge of the product. Now, No, I don't think NXT is getting dull. If it was dull, the ratings would go down even further than where they were. They got an
Exactly.
uptick because Samoa Joe was there. They got an uptick because they had a decent pay per view. They are supposed to get an uptick. Now, if they don't maintain those ratings and it dropped back to 500, then they got to make some changes so shit will keep going. No one said NXT was perfect, but in order for them to get better, they have to start making changes. They can't keep keeping guys like Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano in the limelight. That's how they got in this position in the first place. And if
Yep.
you're gonna build new stars, it takes time to build them. You can't just say you a star right out the gate. Not everybody is not like Adam Cole, so it's gonna take a minute. Now, chocolate syrup on pineapples, a whole new world. Chocolate syrup with pineapples is nasty. I
Yep. They're
like
still going.
s'mores, but I don't like chocolate syrup. I got tired of raw. Right. Oreos and milk is better than cereal and milk. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I actually agree with that one. I, I do. I actually agree with that one. She right. Cause ain't nothing like some good Oreos. You dip it in that milk, boy. It gets soft. Be like, this is the best thing I have eaten today.
Now the question is, do
Your
y'all
whole
like the
world be right
stuff
after that.
or do y'all like the cookie? That's the question. Cause I like the stuff in the Oreos.
I like the cookie. I can
Mm-mm.
live without the filling in the cookie.
I need double stuff Oreos. Or if I do
I used to scrape it
want to eat
out
the
and just
cookie
eat the
and the
cookie.
stuff, I love the thin Oreos. Thin Oreos make me feel like a skinny legend. And thin
He
Oreos make you
said,
feel like a
thin
supermodel.
Oreos make you feel like a skinny legend.
They do. You ever had some thin Oreos?
Yes,
They make you feel like you.
I still scrape the filling out sometimes. I mean,
I mean,
because
I
it's a
do
little
too,
too
but I eat
sweet.
it.
I can't do it. It's
But
just too
I
sweet for
can't.
me.
I don't. I don't. I'm not. I don't like Oreos for the cookie. I like it for the stuff.
I love it for the cookie. The cookie is everything.
Give me the
I
stuff.
like both, but the birthday cake Oreos are my favorite. See,
I
we
have not
start.
tried those.
I don't. I don't like the weird flavors. I only like lemon and the golden Oreos. You start adding in birthday cakes and shit.
You
You
had the
don't
real
lost me.
good
I
ones?
don't need all of it. No, but I hear those is one of the best ones, but they hard to come by.
Oh, yeah, they are hard. You gotta like try to catch it like late October, early November. That's
Ooh,
around the
they supposed
time
to
to
bring
start
out the
looking
apple
for it,
cider.
cause that's when they start
I gotta
dropping
go to
in there
Giant
low
Eagle.
key.
You got the apple cider getting ready to come out. That apple cider be 2 for $5 at Giant Eagle. It be everything you need, honey.
Cause that'd be good.
My friend like the mint Oreos. Y'all know the muffins for kids that come in packages. I be tearing them joints up. You talking about
The mini muffins with the
the
dog
little
on
muffins
there.
by Hostess? Yes. My cousin loves Oreos, and she said she was going on a diet, so I had told her that mean no more Oreos, and she said that she would just eat the tiny skinny pack. I looked at her like, what? The thin?
Yeah, the thin Oreos.
That don't mean you're gonna lose weight eating them damn cookies. They just thin cookies. Child, I'm finna go to bed. What the Pocky, them little sticks that's got the the strawberry and chocolate on the outside. I've never had the Pocky
Yeah,
cookies before.
I never tried those. Just didn't feel like it.
I'm gonna use them when I make my stuff for this event though. I'll make a pumpkin spice latte cupcake, and it's gonna have the cinnamon on top with the vanilla frosting, and then it's gonna have a pumpkin spice cake underneath it.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna sell out because it's gonna be a bunch of white people at this event, and it's pumpkin spice season.
You should get you some white chocolate and make like some fake pumpkin seeds and put it on top.
Ew,
That'd be a
I
nice
might
little
do that.
decoration. That'd be a whole lot of work, but it'd be real cute.
Yeah, they gonna pay about $4 a cupcake. That's
Hell
a lot
yeah.
of work. If I have to do all of that, that's a $4 cupcake right there, Playboy.
$4 for a cupcake. Oh my god.
You eat that cupcake,
You gonna see
it'll
why it's four
change
dollars.
your life. They sell them in Hot Topic in my state for some reason. Oreos? Oh, the Pocky.
That's
Well,
weird.
the Pockies are like they hard cookies, so I can understand that. Ooh, down about to die. Please, please don't die. Please don't die on live, please.
Child, might take some of this NyQuil and a cough drop and
It'll
call it
be
a day.
out.
I don't know. I've been eating double doses of NyQuil because one just don't do it for me.
She said I'm late as fuck. I've been on
Girl,
live for 2.5 hours. I'm finna go. I'm finna shut it down because I'm on my phone and my phone is hot, like it's about to explode. And
it's hot
I gotta shut it
steaming.
off. So I'm
Yeah,
probably
you
gonna
late
live
night.
again tomorrow because or Thursday. I'll go Thursday. John, your profile picture is trash. $4 for a cupcake out by 6. That's how Girl Scouts would get you when you're outside every outside grocery stores. Child, I
You
told
don't
this
like my
one
profile
lady's
picture,
daughter that
seriously?
I bought my friend's daughter was selling Girl Scout cookies. I bought $30 worth of cookies off her. I was like, damn, I should have got some more of these Savannah Smiles. That
I just
shit
be
was
wanting the
$30.
regular ass butter cookies. They don't
Them
never
bitches
have
fire
them.
though. I'm not
That's
sure
all
if
I.
it was just me, but them brownie with the little M&M, I used to pick out every M&M and eat the brownie.
What the fuck for? That's rude.
What brownie you talking about? Oh, I used to be a Girl Scout. I
Me
think the name
too.
was Mama Ann. Shut your ass up, Doc.
Oh,
Uh,
Jesus.
oh shit. Oh my god. I was a brownie. I was not a Girl Scout. I was only a brownie for a month, and then I quit.
Oh shit.
I only bake my cookies. Girl Scouts got some good ass cookies. Shit. But you can order Girl Scout cookies year round. All you gotta do is go to the website and buy them. I sold the
I
most
need to figure out
lines
how
of
to make
cookies with
butter
my troop for
cookies.
7 of those years. Butter cookies easy. There's a
I know they
recipe
like Swiss
online.
cookies.
Um, mhm. Marquise is here. Hello, Marquise.
Y'all so late.
The Thin Mints are the best. Well,
No.
ladies and gents, I have to go because my phone is literally on fire. And if I don't shut it down, it will probably burn up. So I will talk to y'all later. Hopefully, Instagram will let me go live sometime soon. The Cosmic Brownies, oh, I ain't like them things. Them things nasty. 500 boxes for 7+ years. It was a grind. Hell no. My car battery died, so I just got home. Oh, shit. Are you all right?
Going through it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, at least you told me happy
Anywho, these.
birthday.
Shut up. Y'all. You're so stupid. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Hopefully they'll let me go live on Instagram tomorrow. But I'm still banned today. So I will talk to y'all. I can't call people snow roaches and cauliflower pigeons. They get mad at me. The white people get real mad when you call them that. So I seen somebody call white people a Mayosaurus Rex and I fucking lost it. I said a Mayosaurus Rex? Are you serious? Oh, it was so precious. That lady was standing there shocked. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm good. I just need to get a new battery when I get paid. Damn, Oz, you can't. Ugh, it just be hitting you hard, honey.
Okay.
Well, I hope you get your new battery. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I'll talk to the rest of y'all in the group chat. I got to go. Y'all have a good night.